There's a new discovery that I've personally made through my studies, through my learnings in social psychology that ties directly into helping traders break out the boom and bust cycle and finally achieve consistent profitability. So I want to share that with you today, and I'm going to bring up a little Wikipedia to explain the actual principle, and then we're going to talk about how one can apply this to their trading psychology to ensure they're actually applying it and using it to their advantage. Now, this particular phenomenon is called the self-licensing effect in social psychology. And let's bring up Wikipedia now to run through the definition of it, and then we're going to explain it. We're going to dive deep into it. I'm going to show you the repercussions of it in your trading and how you can use it to your advantage and how to be aware of it. So the self-licensing or moral self-licensing, moral licensing or licensing effect is a term used in social psychology and marketing to describe the subconscious phenomenon whereby increased confidence and security in one's self-image or self-concept tends to make that individual worry less about the consequences of subsequent behavior, and therefore more likely to make choices and act immorally. So, for example, let's say, for example, you work out 5 days a week and you feel really good about that. Now, because of that, you then give yourself more permission to pig out and eat an unhealthy meal. You justify, because you're proud over the working out, you then justify something you're going to have shame over, which is the pigging out and eating out. So in simple terms, self-licensing occurs when people allow themselves to indulge after doing something positive first. For example, drinking a soda with a greasy hamburger and fries can lead to one subconsciously discount the negative attributes of the meal's high caloric cholesterol content. So for example, you do something positive first, like working out or go for a run, and then you feel you're able to justify the negative behavior of eating a high caloric hamburger. Let's talk about this in terms of trading psychology. How many times have you stuck to your trading plan or done the positive of taking a few wins perfectly in alignment with your trading plan, and what you start to do is you start to build yourself up into a state of pride, and you feel as if you've done something great here, you've done something good here, and then you have consciously or subconsciously then justified taking a shitty, low-quality position or justified over-risking on the next position and then giving it all back. And then you've made some profit over here because you're sticking to your trading plan. You've puffed yourself into this state of pride, into this state of invincibility, and then you've justified doing something stupid like taking a crappy position or forcing a crappy position and then giving it all back. That is the perfect example of the self-licensing effect, the social, psychological, subconscious phenomenon. Now, you may not even be aware of that. It may be all subconscious. But I want you to start being aware of it. I want you to start being aware of this phenomenon in your actual trading. And I've spoken about this a lot on this YouTube channel and in my 12-week program. I've spoken about the fact that when you start to perceive yourself doing very well, you puff yourself up into a state of pride and you feel good, you feel invincible. And then what you tend to do is then you tend to start forcing lower quality positions in your trading plan or shitty positions in your trading plan. And then you then try and project those onto the market, thinking the market's going to bend to your will because you have this feeling of invincibility. And you've justified that it's okay to take this position because subconsciously you feel invincible, you feel like you've done good in the past. So this is, in other words, the boom and bust cycle. You do very well, and then the self-licensing effect kicks in, and you justify taking shitty positions. And you justify over-risking, and you justify forcing positions in the market. You go from the boom to the bust. And then when you're so deep in the bust cycle, because you're being challenged so heavily, you go back to just taking just the quality positions in your trading plan. So I wonder, what if a trader was aware of this and they started to build up that awareness in real time? And this is really what the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool is, the free tool in the description for traders, to help them become aware of all right, before this position, am I in outcome-based thinking justifying to myself to take this crappy position and to over-risk this position because of what I think is going to happen next, or because of my positive expectations, or because of my unjustified self-confidence because I've done good in the past? You have to be aware of the self-licensing effect as a trader. Otherwise, you're going to project shitty, low-quality trades onto the market, and you're going to give all that profit back to the market. So I want you to think about the self-licensing effect. I want you to think about what I talk about in this YouTube channel, that when you start going into a state of pride, you have to make yourself aware of the drawbacks and risks of that so you can self-govern, so you're not run by the self-licensing effect. And when you start going into a state of fear, you have to think about the benefits to bring yourself back to a state of equilibrium so you're not run by the self-licensing effect. And you can self-manage and self-regulate so you're not run by this. So think about that the next time you go off and take a few positions. And I hope this was insightful. This was definitely something that clicked for me through my studies, and I had a bit of an aha moment. And I want you to take this, study it, and apply it to your trading, and think about the self-licensing effect next time you try and justify taking a crappy position, and train yourself to go back to your trading plan. Train yourself to go back to your processes and make process-based decisions.